Hello, my name is Mercury and welcome to this brand new episode of Media Fade. Today I am joined by Dragon. How are you?
Excited to talk about Star Wars, not gonna lie. Once again.
Yeah, well, today we are talking double Star Wars because today we are discussing the latest shows to come out of Star Wars The Bad Batch Season 3, and Tales of the Empire.
Ooh.
So
we're covering two things at one?
Yeah.
That's gonna be interesting.
So yeah, they're both animated shows, all in the Clone Wars style. But yeah, they both released at the same time. It was just gonna be us two covering these. So hey, why not do it both? I also don't have much to say about Tales of the Empire because Tales of the Empire was what 15-minute long episodes. It was not that long.
Honestly, I was expecting a bit more out of that series, but
yeah, we're gonna get to that when we get to that. So we are gonna go in order of release, which is the order it ended as well. These both ended in the same week, which that was also the whole Star Wars that week. But yeah, let's just get into it. So we're gonna start with Bad Batch. So let's start with, well, I guess we always start with these stuff, the animation. So clearly Bad Batch has some of the best animation that has come out of Star Wars.
True.
Right? And I'm gonna lump it in here with the action. The action, how it's animated and all that, it's just simply like incredible. It's so wild. You know what? I'm gonna combine both of these topics together from Tales of the Empire and Bad Batch because they both came out at the same time and pretty much have the same animation. But for both shows, it's just so well made.
Honestly, from my point standard, you're right. Both they both have such beautiful animation and detailed plot.
Since we're gonna talk about both here with the animation and then move on to talking about Bad Batch. People say not that I'm doubting them, but the fact is that the dirt in Tales of the Empire looks so good for no reason.
The dirt?
Yeah, look at the scene of when Morgan Elsbeth is grabbing the ground, pulling back. That dirt is rendered so well for no reason. It's modeled, rendered so well for no reason.
I didn't really focus on the soil.
Yeah, that's fine, but even then, you can see you can see how the fire is rendered and animated. It all looks very well made. But yeah, no. But I think Bad Batch is a much better example because it's just it has a lot more set pieces, and especially at nighttime, it's so well made. It's such a far cry from what Clone Wars used to look like. But it's not it doesn't look. But the thing is, it doesn't look.
Sorry to interrupt you, my guy, but I just have to throw this here. From what Clone Wars used to be to now, they've done such an amazing job.
I know, but that's why I say it's such a. If I say it's not that much of a far cry, I meant the opposite. It's so much of a far cry from what Clone Wars used to look like. And sure, it has the same style, but it doesn't have the same quality. It's definitely better.
True.
Even then, comparing Clone Wars to Clone Wars, Season 7 just looks I haven't seen Season 7, but Season 7 looks much better than the earlier seasons. I think even Season 6 maybe.
Yeah, I say around Season 6, 7. It's when the change, not change, but most of the drastic changes happen.
Yeah, I think it's mostly because they took a bit of a break between seasons 5, 6, and 7. I guess we'll get into that when we talk about Clone Wars proper, but When Clone Wars like I'm guessing they only had the first 5 seasons planned out from the beginning, and then season 6 was just what they could finish before Disney bought them out. And season 7 was whatever they couldn't finish. And even then, we have a whole ass arc that's unfinished.
Really?
Like, fun fact, you can watch it on YouTube. There's a full ass like rendered arc called Crisis. I think Crisis on Utapau, which is just unfinished, but it's complete. And you can just watch it on YouTube.
It's
And fun fact, like
like unfinished, like it's on the scraps, or like how unfinished?
like it's not fully rendered. Like it's all animated, but it's not like it's not polished. It's not fully rendered.
So I can just look at a random clone that has Jesse's name on it on the chest like that. Just a...
I'll show you. I'll show you an image, because I don't know if you know what I'm talking about.
Nah, it's just I remember seeing like an unfinished like rendered version of the Mandalorian. God damn it.
Because I don't know if you
Boba Fett
remember,
and,
but
and this man,
I don't know. In what?
Named. It was in the Clone Wars actually. I remember seeing a unrendered version of Boba Fett and
Oh yeah.
I keep forgetting his name like that.
Cad Bane.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's
Something
like
like that.
it's fully it's like that. It's fully. It's also a fun fact. The Bad Batch, like all those episodes, you remember like were that you remembered seeing, and like probably Crisis on Utapau, and the Bad Batch episodes were all animated before the shutdown. I think they were originally gonna be planned for season 6. But then they couldn't finish it before Disney bought them out. And at that point, Lucasfilm was kind of put on limbo. I'll send you the video. Now that we're on Discord, we can actually like check things without having to leave the voice call. Yeah, I'll show you what it is. It is all 4 episodes of the arc are complete, but they're just not fully animated. It's like I was saying, like Bad Batch, like the Bad Batch arc was animated. It was like pre-rendered, but it wasn't fully animated until season 7, which I'm guessing they did that just so they could have the show.
Yeah, probably, most likely.
But yeah, I just sent you the thing.
Let's see it. Oh my lord.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's exactly what I meant. You could look at a standard clone, and for some reason it could have Jesse's name on it. So what I'm guessing is just straight up, it's just an unrendered version of Jesse. Ugh. Which is an interesting sight, knowing that all the clones look alike.
But yeah, I again, like what I say is all these episodes were rendered, and kind of a Bad Batch. They just weren't fully finished. But I'm guessing that like what I was gonna say is that they could have finished it for season 7, but they didn't. I don't know if it would have fit though. That's the thing. But yeah, like I was saying, like Clone Wars, they had I think they only had the first 5 seasons actually planned, and then they were like, oh, we can do more. Or like I think they wanted to go more, but then they couldn't because they got bought out by Disney fucking halfway.
Yeah, most likely.
And then Disney gave it the green light to do 1 more season. Which is fine. Like 7 seasons is good enough. Trust me. I've been covering a show that is 9 seasons long on the podcast. It
Jesus
is not.
Christ, what?
Why?
What? No, I said what?
I've been covering Ruby. It's called Ruby. Don't watch it. It's awful.
Don't watch it. It's awful.
Yeah. If you watch all 7 seasons of Clone Wars, like, fine, it's a good show. But Ruby, it's 9 seasons of pure garbage.
You watched it?
Yeah. It's not okay. The first the first 3 seasons are like okay. No, okay. The third season is actually good. There are only 2 okay seasons, and the rest is bad.
Rest is garbage.
Yeah. But anyways, I think we can be done talking about the animation. Let's actually move on to the real stuff we want to talk about. So let's actually move on to Bad Batch. Let's talk about the characters. So I kind of lumped in the entirety of Bad Batch together, but there's multiple things to talk about here. And I think the biggest one is Crosshair.
His straight up what character development that we see throughout the entire series. Yeah, I know, right? So good.
So I want to touch upon him first because he's definitely the biggest. I think the biggest one that gets the most development here. We've seen the others get development, but I think he's the one that gets the biggest spotlight in this season, especially. So he's suffering through PTSD. I think from what I don't think it's like I watched season 2 a year ago. We both did, but I'm guessing that was when he killed his superior. That's when he got the whole like handshakey thing.
Yep, pretty much.
So he's been dealing with that, and it's definitely something that affects him. And what I like about the show is that it definitely slow built Crosshair's turn to back to the Bad Batch. It didn't force it.
Like you're saying, like he took his time throughout the entire thing.
Yeah. Throughout all the show, he took his damn time to get back, and I'm appreciative to it. Yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm actually kind of like I'm glad that they did that, because it's almost like deserved and what it needed. It's just what the show needed. We didn't need it to rush out, and especially now that it's the final season. And even then, in the final season, they don't do it the first episode. It takes the first few episodes for us to really see Crosshair get back to the group, and even then they don't trust him.
Yeah, it takes the first 3 episodes of the entire series just to be his
it takes double, and then what? It takes double that for them to trust him. It's good. Like I think it's really good what they did with Crosshair here.
I know. Oh, what else we got? What else we got with my main man Crosshair? There's the development of his injury testing with his hand. Correct.
I think that's good. That's what I was going for. That's mostly part of his arc, and it does kind of culminate in a, I think, very ironic way where the only solution was for it to be chopped off.
Yeah.
That was a moment I was not expecting. I was like, holy shit, wait, what?
Yeah, I was gently shocked when that happened, I'm not gonna lie.
It just kind of, it took me like, wait, okay, this finale's going places.
Bruh.
I remember what I said about the finale, like I think when we talked about the Tales of the Empire trailer, when I said, oh yeah, the finale has to be more than an hour long. Well, it was, kind of.
Yeah, good. Better.
And I was like, when I talk about the show, like when in the trailer episodes, I said that I was kind of worried because it was 15 episodes long, and I didn't think it could wrap up in that amount of time. But then I woke up, and I remember vividly, I woke up and I just went to my phone, and I just looked, and it went to Disney Plus. and I looked at the runtime for the episode. I'm like, holy shit! I'm in for a big one. But yeah, Crosshair definitely had the biggest development here. The others, I guess we can talk about them. I want to leave Omega for later. But
she has the second biggest character development, you know.
I just realized on my notes I put Crosshair separate, but whatever. We always talk about Crosshair here. So let's actually talk about the other three. So Echo does kind of nothing.
It's Echo. I don't think he can do much.
I like what they did with him in the series as a whole, where he sort of belongs to both sides of the clones. Like he is a Bad Batch member
and a rebel clone,
or a reg. Yeah, well, to be he's also a reg.
Yep.
He's also just a regular clone that was tested upon. You know, he wasn't like he wasn't born with defects
per se.
He was given defects. So he's like he's an honorable member of Clone Force 99, but like he's also part of the like Rex's group of other clones.
Yeah, you're right on that one. I like how he has like a split end responsibility in the show.
Yeah, it's very cool.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, we're we gonna say like. Yeah.
I was gonna say like he's like mainly the guy that tries to stick everything together, but you know can't. Or is that does that more fall upon record?
I don't know. Well, Hunter maybe. I think Echo is the glue that holds everyone together because he's the one that can get everyone to agree on something.
It's main man Echo.
But yeah, like Echo no. Hunter. It's about Hunter. Hunter. I don't know what to say really.
He's special.
I guess. I guess. He does do what we were saying, that he does try to hold the group together even after the fact that that Tech died, which his death was not like gone back on. That's something I really appreciate. His death does mean something here. His death sort of brings everyone back together. And even I think it was stated that even if like Crosshair didn't really care, it did affect him.
Mm-hmm.
I think again it's been almost a month since the finale, and like, even longer since the show started. But like I feel like Echo's death like split the group at the beginning. We see that Echo one is back with Rex.
That's what he did. He basically split off the group, making aware.
And then his death kind of also brought it back together. I think. Again, it's been quite a while since the show came out.
It's an interesting topic. That's all I really gotta say.
But yeah, what was I saying? Echo has been with Rex in season 2. He's showed up, I think, once or twice during season 2, like at the end. I don't think he was in the finale, but I think he was like there for a few of the final episodes. And then he's back, and then he's back here for when we see Rex. And I didn't put Rex here because it kind of doesn't do anything. But to be honest, I would appreciate to see Rex a little more.
How so?
Like, we see him once, and that's fine. Like we see Rex quite a bit this show, but I think maybe because he's all about he was all about the clones finding a place for the clones. I think maybe he should have been there with the Bad Batch to free the clones. But like looking at it in hindsight, that might have overcomplicated things for the writers, because not only that. That's why they decided to keep him out of it. Not only that, not only the fact that you have to find a way for the Bad Batch to learn about Tantis, or I guess how the planet's called Wayland. Not only do they have to find out about Wayland as a whole, because they don't even know Wayland's a planet. Right, so not only do they have to find out about Wayland, but they have to find out a reason how to get Rex on Wayland with them. With the super over fucking complicated decision that they had to actually put Wayland in to make them get to Wayland in the first place, it would be kind of wild to not only do that and not only do that, but repeat that with Rex. It was a fucking miracle that they got Echo in the finale. To be genuine.
Nah. You're right. It was a weird miracle, not gonna lie.
But yeah, Hunter. I feel like Hunter could have done more. He was much more, I guess, overprotective, and I do like his interactions with Crosshair. But again, that's much more about Crosshair than it is with Hunter.
That's always about Crosshair. It's always about him.
Yeah, I mean, the season's kind of about him.
Yeah. Should we talk about Wrecker?
I think Wrecker. I feel like Wrecker does less. Like, has a lot less stuff to do.
And that's where you're wrong, my friend.
Again, it's been quite a while, so you take it away.
Well, okay. From my understanding of Wrecker, he's basically the fun uncle and the guy who's trying to genuinely hold the family together. Because, there have been moments where Wrecker had to be the grown-up in the situation, per se. And I just love seeing those moments where Wrecker has to be the guy who's in charge.
Yeah.
And
again, it's been, like I've been saying quite a bit, it's been a while since I watched the show proper. But I do think Wrecker does a lot of good this season, and does do stuff to hold it all together. But again, I don't remember anything. I remember much about Wrecker.
Yeah.
Again, he's always kind of been just I do like what I remember right now some things. What I do like that they do here is that he's not just a brute; he's actually smart.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. They make him become the guy in charge, per se.
He's not he's kind of, I don't know how to put it, but he's not the brightest bulb, but he's definitely not dim. You know?
Yeah. It's actually really, really, really nice to see him be in charge.
Yeah, and I do like that he uses his expertise in explosives in an actual way this show, you know.
Hmm?
I in this season, because I think that's not something we do see quite a lot. Like it's something that we don't really get, that doesn't really get touched upon. I think he's supposed to be the demolitions expert.
Yep, he is the demolition expert and the muscle. It's
very explored here.
Well, what do you expect when there's been explosions left and right?
Yeah, but I like that we see Wrecker, just him actually using its expertise for force something and say and him just not being he can still be the fun uncle character, but he definitely has its moments of genuine
strength
like
per se,
and intelligence. Like him just not being, he's not the archetype. He's not just an archetype. He is a character in its definition. Like he has layers of character. It's always a tricky thing to have with the kind of characters that are just kind of brute strength. Like you can't just, he's not dumb.
he's not the unga bunga type. Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Again, I'm not saying I'll remember. The thing is, I jumped in the Bad Batch not knowing a single fucking thing about the Bad Batch beforehand. Like, sure, I knew they appeared in Clone Wars, but I've never watched up to season 7. I think I said it before that I watched up to season 4 chronologically. I think I did finish all season 1, 2, and 3, but that was like in chronological order. And again, it starts like season 2, episode 16. But I'm gonna rewatch, and we are gonna redo all of Clone Wars, season by season, which would be a lot quicker instead of my original plan.
Yep, but it would be.
But yeah, so we are gonna get to talking about this, and now that there's sort of a break between. I mean, no, not really. I guess. Because after Acolyte, we don't know what else is coming out for Star Wars. So we might catch up on some Star Wars. Maybe even cover all the movies. Fucking hell, man!
Honestly, I say they're going to take a break with Star Wars. They're gonna hold it for a bit after Acolytes. Let's just have it there.
Maybe I can see. Okay, there's another show coming out called Skeleton Crew. We thought that was coming out next, but apparently it's Acolyte. Fucking, I don't know why. So what I'm gonna guess is that Skeleton Crew's coming out late this year, but we aren't gonna hear about it until a bit after Acolyte ends, and then after Skeleton Crew, we're gonna see Andor season 2. And god damn it, I can't wait for Andor season 2. Andor was so good. If you haven't watched Andor, watch Andor. I'm talking to you and the audience.
Yeah, no, I gotta watch it. I haven't watched it yet.
You have to be patient with it. It's sometimes it's like if I guess if you weren't take the prequel like political aspect and just dial up to 11, but dial it up good. Like it's good with the political aspect, and it shows it sets up the groundwork for the rebellion in such a way. It's kind of like it's kind of like Clone Wars. You have arcs in the show, but it's all like seamlessly done. It's so well written. It has great dialogue. It's amazing. Like it's a masterpiece of a show compared to everything else we've seen. At some points, it won't feel like it won't feel like Star Wars. That's what I say. At some points, it won't feel like Star Wars, but it's not really bad. Because hey, how can you say that that Revenge of the Sith and fucking A New Hope are the same movie? They're really not. Or I guess Phantom Menace. Even then, Phantom Menace and Revenge of the Sith are not alike in any sense of the word.
They are not.
Star Wars is very different in every adaptation, except when you're trying to be Star Wars, which trying to be Star Wars means that you're not trying to be Star Wars, you're just trying to be Star Wars. Because Star Wars, if you really notice it, tries to do something different in every single adaptation. Like, even here in Bad Batch, like it's about like loyalty, and it's about what what soldiers would do after a war. It's all very interesting. It's all some things that you don't really see get touched upon in other Star Wars media.
You're right.
Like they made the show for a reason. But yeah, I have not. We have not moved on from the Bad Batch, so let's actually move on from there because we don't have much to say. They don't really do much. It is their last season, and they kind of already went through a lot of development in the last 2 seasons. But yeah, let's talk about Omega real quick. So we all thought that Omega would be force sensitive, but she's apparently not.
Nah, why would she?
And that's what I'm saying. I'm guessing that
I'm guessing that happened.
I'm guessing it was a false positive.
I'm
Whatever
mainly guessing they were just she was a catalyst to something else.
Like M count had to be midichlorians, right? It couldn't have been anything else.
That's what they were.
Like it was definitely midichlorian counts. Palpatine was looking for something that could replicate, like a clone, or a way to replicate. Like if clones could have different midichlorian counts, and maybe Omega's pinged, but maybe that's because. But then it makes no sense because then all the clones tested negative, so it could have been a false positive.
Then again, like
the thing is, Omega's different. She is like she's a clone of Jango Fett who has had their like biological sex altered. Like she's biologically different.
She is a biological female, yes.
Like not even putting like she's technically like biologically different, like genetically different in one aspect to Jango Fett.
Yeah. So the gender.
Maybe that could have maybe that one single change could have done something, but maybe it couldn't have. It's so there's so many variables to really pull here. So we think, hey, maybe because she is a lot more altered than the others. Maybe that, but then again, like, what about the Bad Batch? They're also very altered. So could they have different midichlorian counts? It didn't seem like it because Crosshair tested negative. What the fuck is going on? Was it just a false positive? I think that's like the most likely option.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really know what they were doing with the whole DNA splicing on the clones. Maybe they were just trying to breed something better than the clone or something. No idea.
The thing is, they already did that. The thing is, we had the fucking super clones, or what the fuck they were called. The ones that just followed.
Are you talking about the CX? The CX clone operatives? The guy wielding the sword, per se. Oh. Well, yeah, pretty much. Those commandos are something. They're something per se. Now, I mean, who knows? Who knows what can happen?
You cut out, I think, or I cut out. I don't know. What did you say?
I was talking about the CX commando operatives.
Yeah, those things.
Yeah, the sword wielding maniacs. You know, do the sniper.
Yeah, I forgot what they're not. I just called them super clones because they followed orders. They were basically like the Order 66 clones. Also, something I really fucking forgot about, like the fact that we see that clones do sort of change after a while. Like they become sentient on their own.
Like after Order 66, they just revert back to what they were doing.
Yeah, it's something that like it's like the thing is Order 66 was like, oh, they just sort of obey. They kill the Jedi, but they also kind of become brainwashed, and we see that happen in the beginning of the show. Like they just sort of become meaner and stuff. Like they work for the Empire now. But seeing that like sort of go away, and even then, like back season 2, where we hear that Cody went rogue.
Oh, and see, I want to know what happened to him.
Yeah, we haven't seen what happened to Cody. That's gonna be, if they ever follow up on that, it's gonna be very interesting. I don't think they will. But it's gonna be very interesting.
I'd be mad.
Yeah, Cody's a very important character in Clone Wars. So seeing him just kind of not be there and not get followed up on is now it's also kind of like weird. Like why didn't it follow up on that? Like in here, but I guess it was too much. But then again, I don't know. And then again, like we see, I'm supposed to talk about Omega. I kind of carried away. But then we see like we see Commander Wolf, right? That's what his name is, Commander Wolf. I know it's Wolf, but like I think it's Commander.
You can just say Wolf, honestly. They just don't say the ranks.
It sounds weird. It's like saying I know I said Rex. It's like saying Captain Rex. Like Captain Rex just sounds cooler. You can't say I'm wrong.
You aren't.
Yeah, a Wolf. Commander Wolf sounds cooler. Commander Wolf. Like we know that in Rebels he's already turned. Like he's already. Like he's part of Rex's crew for a bit. Yep. I don't know what happens to him. But he's like by the end, when we see him in the show, he's still part of the Empire. It would be kind of cool to see a Rex spin-off of a spin-off, but. I feel like we can tell a lot more with Rex's side. You know?
Yeah. I see it.
I don't know. Maybe we'll get something with Rex, but then again, whatever. Yeah, okay, back to Omega.
Back to Omega.
I like what they do with Omega here, like her bringing everyone back together, her being the actual glue. While everyone's trying to pick up the pieces, she's actually the one bringing everyone back together. She escapes. It doesn't happen in the first episode, which I'm really glad doesn't happen in the first episode. But I feel like talk about more. That's more plot related. But I don't know if I dislike or like the fact that she's not force sensitive. It makes sense in canon, and also kind of makes everyone. Yeah, because she's a clone, right? Like she like Jango Fett didn't have a high midichlorian count. Maybe it makes sense that none of the clones do, including Omega. I know we just went on about how like she's biologically different, but then again, the Bad Batch is also biologically different. So if Crosser didn't have a high midichlorian count, that means probably Omega doesn't involved. So again, false positive, putting it out there, and also Emery would be going in that rank. We'll talk about Emery later, more as a character. Omega, I like that she brought people, all of them back, and does do a lot more this season than she has earlier. Like, season 2 wasn't really much about her, and this time it is. But then that's really about it. She does go on and become part of the rebellion, which maybe we'll see something with Omega later down the line. I don't know, man. I don't think we've seen the last of Omega. I think we have seen the last of the Bad Batch, but I don't think we've seen the last of Omega. She is one of the few remaining Jango Fett clones.
Then again, the only remaining Jango Fett clone would have been Kix.
Kix, like by sequel era, mostly I'm talking about I'm talking about like fucking like Mandalorian era because that's the only cool, that's the only good sequel era. But that intermediate 30 years between fucking between Return of the Jedi and the Force Awakens, like the only ones that really do remain are Kix, but he's still in cryo sleep. I think that's what he is, right? In cryo sleep.
Yeah.
So let's put Kix up there, but he's still asleep. So Kix, Boba, and Omega. Emery's dead. Full run. There's no way. There's no way that Emery's older than the Bad Batch. There's no way she isn't. She doesn't age as quickly as the other clones. There's no way she doesn't.
I mean,
there's no way she doesn't age as quickly. She's an adult by the time we see her in the show. There's no way that she's like does she age just the same way as Omega does.
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. That whole situation, like, it's a harsh topic, mostly because we can say she is as old as Omega by the time. We can also say she was the first Omega per se.
I guess, but the thing is, to me, that doesn't really make much sense to have her be the same, like have the same aging capabilities as Omega and Boba. Where I don't think she's a pure clone of Jango. I think she does have like advanced aging. Maybe not on the level of the clones because she's not made for war. But definitely much more than Omega or Boba. Definitely.
Come on, man. I honestly want to keep believing on myself and say that she was born around, like, she was born before Boba. But
thing is, okay, with that mentality, that means Emery is way older than all the clones we see in like Clone Wars and Bad Batch.
It's not really stated how old she is, so I guess we just have to.
Yeah, I know, but like, then we have to like either A, looks really old for her age, or B, she ages the same way as the other clones.
I mean, for her age, she'd be what? The Clone Wars lasted 6 years? 21?
Yeah, they do. I think they do age like fully in like 6 years. I think. Again, you're more of the expert here, but I think it's it's a few years before they reach adulthood. Like way earlier. So either A, she is like she ages the same way as Omega, but for some reason she is like a lot, like she's maybe a lot older than the other clones, but maybe she ages a lot, like she looks older. Which I don't know how old that would place her specifically.
Yeah, I got no idea there either.
She would definitely be over like 17, or maybe she is just like 17 years old and she's fucking 30. That is awful to think about. But
I mean, she doesn't look that old.
Yeah, but if we're talking about her aging like Omega, and she's like one of the first clones, and she looks like that. At like age 18, I don't know, man.
It'd be something.
She should definitely stand. It's like, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's this one kid who, or not kid, he's a year older, he's a year younger than me, but he's 17, like a 17-year-old who throws darts and he looks fucking dirty. Look him up.
Oh Lord. I'll look him up later.
He's 17, looks 30. He looks older than me, and I'm older than him. Anyways. Yeah. Omega's been always, like, to go back to Omega, Omega's always been an interesting character, but then again, I hope we see more of her. I think she definitely has and I think her joining the rebellion is like a very in-character thing. I think that we haven't seen lots of Omega yet. There are rumors of her coming back up in that Skeleton Crew series I mentioned, but yeah. So, since we kind of went with Crosshair a little early, let's talk about Emery. I think we're talking about Emery.
Yeah, we should.
I think okay. I kind of expected it that Emery would side with the good guys.
I mean,
but
it was implied from the start. Let's be like ever since her character was like revealed, it was implied from the start that she would join them.
Yeah, and I do like her I guess slowly becoming much more like her clone, like a clone brethren. That she sort of sees where they come from, and
yeah,
like even that little scene where Emery gives back the straw rabbit.
It gives it back or gives it to someone else. Hmm?
Yeah, but like at that point, like she's like, I think Omega doesn't have really much use for it. But at the point of that scene, like that's all kind of Omega has to remind her of home. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah, you're right.
But, I think Emery has a very cool character arc, but I don't think we're gonna see much of her later. To be honest with you. Okay, so let's talk about let's talk about Hemlock. So Hemlock's been a very interesting villain this past few. What I like about Hemlock is that he's sort of calculative. He always like, oh yeah, I got a plan A, B, C, D, and E. And the few moments we see of him actually having a rage moment, it's that scene where he thinks that they're gonna take funding away from his project, right? I think that was this season.
Yeah, it's when when they were talking about defunding his project and everything.
Like he's
There's
like, I think
there's also the spot where at the end of the series where he was gently having trouble trying to calculate that he lost and that
not like yeah. What I like about his death is that it's something that he didn't account for. It's something that he didn't know. He's always throughout the entire series we see him like calculate everything, know everything. And the one thing that is instrumental in being him having him beaten is something that he never knew about. The one piece of information I did not know about, the fucking scalpel.
Scalpel?
Yeah, where Omega has like a knife thing, like a scalpel, and she uses it like it was kind of set up a little, but you never really. It was only for stuff like for one thing, and then that's what she uses to escape, and it's like, and Hemlock doesn't know about that for the entire thing, because she has that, and then he stabs her with it, and it's like it's the one variable that he just could never account for. The ingenious of like the absolute genius of clones. to to they're soldiers. They have to adapt to everything.
Well,
They were trained in their programming, even in Omega's programming. I'm guessing what's going to go even in Omega's programming, even in Emery's, they there's a little bit of Django in there, a little bit of that Mandalorian, that bounty hunter.
Yeah,
that helps them survive. And that was always cool. See, Hemlock's I guess even then, all of the clones had I guess just putting it fucking they were dealing. It's kind of weird to think about that the entirety of the war of Hemlock is trying to clone fucking Mandalorians. What did you think would happen?
Mandalorian? Oh my lord, you're right.
Because Django's a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
What did you at that point? What do you think would happen? The Mandalorians fucking had they wrote a dragon. They fucking wrote the what's it called
Yeah, man, I got no idea.
What the fuck is the Mandalorian dragon called? I forgot what its name was.
Yeah, no, I got no idea.
Oh, no, I know. I can find it out.
It's a topic for another day. We'll find it.
What was it? Not the Krayt Dragon.
The Krayt Dragon? That's what it's called?
No, it's not. It's not the Krayt Dragon. It's the Mythosaur. The Mythosaur.
The Mythosaur?
Yeah, they fucking that's the thing. Fucking Hemlock's entire plan hinged on the fact that the fucking people cloned from a Mandalorian that raised who fucking rode Mythosaurs and held the Darksaber. Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna listen to me.
Well, he fucked around and he found out.
He found out, yeah. That's the coolest thing. Fucking, I know that means something not the clones technically aren't Mandalorians, but they're all cloned by a Mandalorian from a Mandalorian. If they had if they all had the chain code, then there's no way that they're not Mandalorian. I remember back in Mandalorian, Boba was technically a Mandalorian because he had his father's chain code, and Django was a foundling.
Yep. Who knew?
So yeah, maybe fucking hell, maybe don't clone Mandalorians. But yeah, Hemlock definitely was a very interesting villain to see here, and even then, he's always been the big bad, but he's never always been there. He was there since season 2, yeah. But a villain I was very interested to see pop back up here was Rampart. Rampart, was somebody I didn't really expect to see him pop up back again, and his presence, I actually do like it. He wasn't just sure, he was kind of afraid, but then at the end, he was always loyal to the Empire through and through. The fact is that
we saw. Honestly, I like the fact that we saw him compete with Project Stardust and the entirety of the Death Star and all that. It was, and at the end he lost to getting shot and knocked off a cliff. Jeez. No,
that was Hemlock. Rampart died. I was talking about Rampart.
Oh, we know Rampart. Oh my god. Yeah, no, his curiosity kind of fucked him.
Yeah, no, he definitely.
His curiosity fucked him.
Thing is, he was even after being incarcerated by the Empire, he's always loyal to them. And he was like, okay. Oh yeah, all this Project Necromancer shit can get me back to the Empire. And look, quite literally blew up in his face.
Yeah, quite literally blew up in his face.
But yeah, I'm talking about the plot. We're almost to the plot. Okay, so I really Rampart's presence. I actually kind of liked him. Not just being all coward and anything, but he definitely had a plan. Once it was kind of like that when starting off, but then he always had a plan. Then he formed a plan, and then he died. But yeah, it's not like it's not like it wasn't deserved. So let's talk about the plot for the actual show. Okay, so I know that I said back then that I didn't think they could pull it off in 15 episodes, but they did. Some things I didn't like about the plot, about the whole plot structure, is the fact that sometimes, like in the other seasons, characters kind of show up to do nothing. Specifically, Asajj Ventress.
Asajj Ventress?
Yeah. Asajj Ventress does nothing we couldn't have found out by ourselves in the show.
Nah, you're not wrong.
She shows up for fan service. Like even if Rex showed up for one scene, it is his presence there. Not even just his presence. The fact that we see where he is does lead to them knowing about the fucking. I'm gonna keep calling it the fucking super clones because I keep forgetting their name. The fucking super clones.
Super phones? Oh?
Yeah, the sword clones. Fuck it, I'm gonna call it sword clones now. The sword clones.
CX. Just CX.
The CXs. There we go. The CX clones. Or is it? That's fucking stupid. I just realized CX is what, clone at stream? Why? Is Hemlock a
stands
fucking
for something I got no idea what.
What the fuck? Oh. My hold on, give me a second. My fucking the Netflix just kind of did something weird. But there we go.
Netflix.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like the CX clones. That's aside from like setting up the CX clones. Rex's stuff didn't really do much. I hope I hope we see more of Rex. I hope we would see more of Rex. I actually am kind of weirded out. I'm not that like mad about it, but it's kind of weird not seeing Sid.
Why would that be something to worry about?
No, it's not something I worried about. It's something just kind of weird. Like, we didn't see a follow-up to Sid at all.
I mean, we saw what happened.
Did she die? I completely forgot.
No, she didn't die. She betrayed the Bad Batch and basically got said.
No, yeah, I knew about that.
Fuck off.
I knew about that part, but thing is, like, that's like all we knew. That's everything we knew. So, like, that's it. That's all. That's everything we knew about her. So, like, what the fuck happened in between? You know. I was kind of unnecessary to see any follow up, but I feel like it would have been nice.
It would have been weird after what she did.
It could be kind of weird, but I don't know. I wouldn't have minded, but the show did fine without her presence in the final season. To be genuinely honest with you, I like that Pablo was actually attacked. It was something that was. It's something I did not expect to be actually be there, but like seeing it in hindsight, it's very much, very implied that Pablo would just be fucking annihilated,
Yeah.
and it becoming a revenge for the clones. I also like that like what I said would kind of become true, that we see fucking that Mount Tannis is gone.
Tantus, and yeah, Tantus got obliterated at the end of the series with the release of the Wildebeest, was it?
Still obese, I think.
Oh, the Zillo Beast, yeah, the release of the Zillo Beast. Bad Batch coming in all guns and blazing. Not guns and blazing. They had a strategy, but they came in and decimated. It was a nightmare for them. Not gonna lie. And to be honest, I'm actually a bit like I was a bit excited to see the Zillo Beast again, because we just have no idea what happened to it after the Clone Wars. Not the Clone Wars. After the last episode, they shipped it off.
Yeah, but we saw it in last season too.
Yeah, that's what I meant. After last season, it got shipped off somewhere, and we had no idea where.
Oh yeah, I like how everything wrapped up here. But the thing is, like, why the fuck did you keep the Zillo Beast in your secret facility? In the same facility where you're doing Project Necromancer? Cool thing there, Hemlock. Real smart.
Yeah, it was not really that smart choice, not gonna
lie. But yeah. I think the plot, it's all fine. I think we could have done without Asajj Ventress. I feel like the beginning episodes of us seeing what the Bad Batch has been up to was something that was kind of welcome. You know, it was welcome to see that happen. But then again, I don't know. We could have done without Asajj Ventress. I didn't even explain where she fucking came from, so whatever.
Hey, don't diss on her, not gonna lie. Don't diss on Asajj Ventress.
I know, but thing is, like, her presence did nothing for this series.
No, you're not wrong.
Especially in the final season where everything's supposed to be wrapping up. I guess we kind of proved that Omega didn't have any sort of what do you call it? Like midichlorians, but yes, yeah, whatever. So let's talk about some. That's done. Now we're done with the plot. Let's talk about some lore implications. I think. So, Project Necromancer. I do like that Tantus is obliterated to fucking smithereens, and that's the reason why we have to pick it back up in a Mandalorian. What I also kind of want to see is. Thing is, okay, they don't have a lot to say about Project Necromancer in like between then and now. I think it could have been a lot cooler to see a lot more of how they, like, maybe we see how they stumble upon Necromancer later. I don't know. I don't know what to say about Necromancer. Like
Project what even was Project Necromancer? Was it just the before of the before Project of Snoke? Snoke was his name?
Yeah, Snoke, yeah. I'm gonna guess that's what they were that's what they're leading up to. The fact that Necromancer was a plan to clone the Emperor in case anything happened to him. And then all that got set back because the Bad Batch blew it all up, and it was picked up by the Imperial Remnants, which eventually became the First Order. And I'm guessing the First Order was named after the First Order being to clone Palpatine. I don't. That's a bit of a stretch. I haven't seen that, but maybe we see like later in the line, maybe even in some other show, we see like, I had a message from Palpatine. I had my first order. That's not. And my first order. No, I can't. And my first order. Fucking clone me or shit. I don't know.
Nah.
And my first order would be plan my revenge. Plan my coming. My second coming. Something like that. I don't know. But yeah. So I was saying they have a lot of ties to Mandalorian like later on the line. So maybe, like I said, maybe we'll see Omega pop up in some other shows. Maybe Skeleton Crew. Maybe even Mandalorian and Grogu. Who knows?
Honestly, with all the hype up that's been building, if I don't see her in Mandalorian Grogu, that'd be like, it'd be interesting to see her.
Yeah, I think it would be interesting to see how it all sort of ties together with it. But yeah, I hope we do see some Mandalorian ties, and to bring it all back, the future of the Bad Batch is definitely something that's very up in the air. But I feel like I think we talk about much more about the future during the episode. But I feel like that the Bad Batch has a good future, specifically Omega, and maybe even like some other characters we might see later on the line. But yeah. So let's rank this show. We already talked about the future. I think we touched upon like what we think of Reds of all that. So let's just kind of move on to the rankings. So we already talked about the future. So you go first, and you were gonna talk. So let's just go right straight to the ranking.
Ranking wise, that would give it 6 bananas out of 10 apples. I'm just kidding. I would give it an 8 out of 10.
I mean tier. It's up about an 8
tier.
Yeah.
8 tier.
That's exactly what I would also give it. It's also an 8 tier for me. It's a very, very good season, a very good finale. So yeah.
It has its flaws, but it's still solid overall.
Yeah, that's Bad Batch done. All right, so now on to Tales of the Empire. So, okay, we already covered the animation for both series because they're basically the same. But now that means we can immediately move on to Tales of the Empire as a whole. So we're gonna go straight into the characters. Let's talk about the one. Let's go in order. Fuck, give me a second. Let's go in order. Starting with Morgan Elsbeth. Okay.
Well, so you immediately get thrown into what was this? Oh yeah, the eradication of the Night Sister and the Night Sister Temple in Dathomir. So
yeah,
what you got there? Because there's a lot to unpack in that scene. Or episode.
There is a lot. So Morgan Elsbeth is a character that I think got what we already knew enough of her from Mandalorian and Ahsoka. I think we knew enough, to be genuinely honest with you. I really don't think we needed a whole arc of this of Tales of the Empire to explore Morgan Elsbeth as a character.
Really? Honestly, I see it as a more of a way to explore like how she got more into detail with Thrawn in that entire situation. Honestly, yeah, I see it as a way to unpack it all.
Yeah, but thing is, like, number one, I feel like nothing against Morgan Elsbeth. I think she's a fine character, but I don't think her storyline is that interesting and had that much to really do other than the Night Sister stuff and the Thrawn stuff. But that's literally a few scenes. Like, that's the first episode and then one scene in episode 2. And that's it. Like, I didn't even put Thrawn here because Thrawn gets like literally one scene and that's it.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
What?
I got nothing, man. I honestly say, like, she's a fine character. I honestly want to see more about her. Cause like,
thing is, I think we.
You told me you weren't interested. You told me you aren't interested in how she got like into more depth with Thrawn and how she predicted he would go outside of the galaxy into a neighboring one. You told me that. You told me you aren't interested in knowing how?
Yeah, but I feel like it's not gonna be explored anymore. Like, they, one, wasted her, and two, told the most unimportant part of her story. Which is,
I mean, that one episode, yeah, you're right.
We don't, first of all, the most important parts of her story we don't know. We do not know how she became the leader of that one village. Don't know how she got the Beskar Sphere. We don't know her extent of her relationship with Thrawn. We do know how they met. We don't know anything aside from that. We don't know how she even knew that Thrawn was coming back. We essentially know nothing about her. Still, aside from that she was a Night Sister. And that she knew Thrawn. And everything we saw in Mandalorian and Ahsoka. And even then, in Ahsoka, I thought it was a weird character to bring back. I mean, not really. I remember she did have like the Thrawn thing, but that was so throwaway that it didn't even matter.
Really?
In Mandalorian. But then it got followed up in Ahsoka, which is fine. But the thing is, we don't know how she even got like how she got into contact with Thrawn in another fucking galaxy. You know, that's very important to know. But the thing is, I feel like it could have been interesting because her character, we could see her grow into a character that matters, but we just didn't because we saw the most unimportant parts of her arc. Now, I'm not even talking about her as a character. I'm just talking like, hey, like we don't really know who this character is because we know her backstory, but we don't know how she came to power, why people follow her, why even let her become like we don't even become like the mayor of that village. We don't know anything about this character. We don't know how she came into the radar of Ahsoka, aside from the Thrawn bit. But then, like, how the fuck did they meet before? We don't know. We really don't know. And I feel like her, like, we saw a big jump from being a Night Sister, you know, like survivor, to like immediately next episode she's commanding the village. Like, it doesn't even make any fucking sense. What the fuck?
Honestly, the transition from the next, it's a pretty big gap in how she got to that village and became like the leader of it. But I see it as a potential to open up her story a bit more.
Yeah,
like it's a gap.
I get that, but thing is, in this Tales of the Empire, they were given 3 episodes. Well, they gave themselves 3 episodes to, which is, you know, like, that's pretty much a mini Clone Wars arc. They gave themselves 3 episodes. The thing is that these episodes are 15 minutes in length. Not even that. Some episodes are 8 minutes. And I counted. I watched all of Tales of the Empire in one morning. Yeah.
I mean,
that does not.
I mean, they were quite short. So what do you expect?
Thing is that with all the budget, I think they could have done more with Morgan Elsbeth's arc. It's more a fault. It's not a fault of the character here. I am more mad at the writers because the writers could have done. Morgan Elsbeth has a lot of interesting things about her character. It's just that the writers didn't do anything with that. So her character suffers because we don't know how she, like I said, we don't know how she became the leader of that village. We don't know how she got the Beskar spear. I feel like that could have been a cool episode. But we just don't know anything. So it's like so her entire arc, I guess, is more plot related, but fuck it. This is supposed to be highlighting characters. Let's just talk about that. So, you know, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work what they did with here. So it's just what I think. But yeah, I feel like Morgan Elsbeth is a big missed opportunity in this in this show, especially not helped by the runtime. But yeah, let's move on to, I guess, the more. Were you gonna say something? Were you gonna say something?
I was gonna say something about the potential she has, but like looking at it clearly, I don't think she has that much potential, and like where they put her. So let's just keep going with Barriss Offee that has actually more potential, yet they killed her off.
The last thing I want. That's what I want to say is that I was gonna remember to say that, but then like I just kept forgetting that Morgan Elsbeth, why she has some most wasted potential is that they could revisit her, sure, but it'll be kind of weird because 1, we already had this series to develop her, and 2, like this arc, like her arc, and 2, she's dead. Like, whatever they do to fix what happened here is not gonna matter because she's dead.
Wow.
So yeah, big whoopsie there.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on to Barriss Offee. So Barriss Offee is the character that people were most excited for in this series, and what did we get for her character? Well, in my opinion, it really wasn't her arc.
It wasn't her arc, more like a finished story.
To me, this Barriss Offee's arc wasn't her arc at all. It just, because it really is about how Barriss Offee managed to make Lin turn to the good side after Kenobi.
Wait. Hold there. Hold a second. Ray, all right, that was the name of that Inquisitor, Lin. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, who are you talking about? And I'm like, oh fuck.
I think she's I think she's the 8th sister or something.
No, she doesn't have a designation, or at least known in the series.
I think she did have one in Kenobi because she showed up in Kenobi. So like everything that with Barriss Offee takes place in after Kenobi, or like at least the last episode takes place after Kenobi because Lin is.
I don't know. I don't think that was her.
I mean, look it up. Like I can show you. Like now that we're recording on high tech Discord, I can show you that Lin
Oh,
show up in Kenobi.
it is.
Did you look it up? Yeah. So it takes place after
Yeah, I looked
Kenobi.
it up.
It takes after Kenobi. So, yeah, but let's talk about Barriss Offee. So, what I think is that Barriss Offee is again, she had more potential here. We did see her as Inquisitor. We did see her, sort of, she did betray the Jedi. But we saw that some of those Jedi traits in her, and I like her character. She became a normal Force user. I wouldn't call her a Jedi, but I would definitely call her a Force user.
I would say she turned something like
Grey Jedi,
like a Asajj Ventress. She wasn't a part of either side, and then just did her own thing. Like at the end.
Yeah, just a Force user at that point.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, Barriss Offee had good character moments, like actually, with her sort of embracing the fact that she still has those Jedi traditions, but the fact is the Jedi Order was flawed, but she can keep going, she can carry on those Jedi traditions in a good way, in a better way than Jedi Order did. That's cool. We see a lot in some media, but we don't really see a lot with established characters turning into that. That's cool. But the thing is with Barriss Offee is that she, I think, also had kind of wasted potential a little. Because we could have gotten, if these episodes were just Clone Wars length, I feel like we could have gotten a great series out of this, but we didn't. We got something I consider mediocre. But yeah, Barriss Offee.
Yeah, you're right.
Barriss Offee, we could have gotten interaction with Vader because the Vader hates the Inquisitors, and like I said in the trailer episode, Vader hates the Inquisitors, and he hates Barriss because Barriss betrayed the Order and betrayed Ahsoka by framing her as whatever she was framed at. I already forgot. I don't know. I haven't watched Clone Wars, but Barriss framed Ahsoka.
Yeah.
So seeing Vader's more maybe Barriss feels animation and Vader takes Vader punishes her more or something, or Barriss senses that Vader is Anakin. It's kind of like how the third sister sensed that Vader was Anakin, you know? It's that sort of thing, but
it's a finicky topic.
But we didn't get it. We didn't get that. So again, a lot of missed opportunity here. I feel like also just the fact that Barriss is just dead now. That's
yeah, pretty much.
That's kind of sad. I mean, this Clone Wars character has been there since season 1, pretty much. I think, right? I think earlier seasons, at least.
Yeah, she's been since season 2, season 3, around there. That's when she came out. She appeared. Give me 2 seconds. I'm gonna fact check real quick.
I was gonna do that myself, but you go ahead.
Fuck. I forgot her name. Yeah. Where's happening? Fuck. In Attack of the Clones, when?
I must have. Oh yeah, in the background. She was in the background. Attack of the Clones.
Yeah, season 2.
She was in the early. I guess she was in the earlier seasons. So seeing her just kind of.
She was in the second battle of Geonosis. That is. Oh right, yeah. We see her destroy a facility. Oh lord.
like, okay, Barris Offee kind of dies just kind of meh. Like, she gets like surprise attacked because she walked right into the attack. Like,
Yeah, she walked straight forward into it.
I feel like you could have had Barris Offee get killed in like a more heroic way. I mean, she did die protecting that family who's out of 4 sons of kid and whatever the fuck. But like, just something more for her character could have. I don't know. It's just that there's too much wasted opportunity here, and the fact is that we got something. At least we got more than what Morgan Elsbeth had, but we didn't have enough of what. We didn't have enough of that.
Yeah.
Again, we don't have enough of. We don't have enough of what we could have had for Barris Offee, and that is really disappointing. So, talk about the third character. Were you gonna say something? I just noticed.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I see your point. What's that?
Yeah. Let's move on to the third character, which I did not think I would ever mention, but Lynn. So Lynn is my third talking about because she's the third most important character and the one that gets characterization. I could talk about Thrawn, but thing is, Thrawn shows up for fucking 30 seconds. I'll admit, those are the best 30 seconds of the series. Those are the best 30 seconds of the series, but it is it wasn't enough to land a spot here on the character list. Yeah, Lynn is a surprise character that me even fucking talking about because it's so out of fucking nowhere. Like, nothing character we saw in Kenobi. I agree, she's kind of a cool premise. Fuck, give me a second. She's a cool premise about Jedi Knight / Master who willingly becomes an Inquisitor. That would be a cool premise. And thing is, she's like, it's followed up on in all the episodes. She's like the main character almost. We see her like officially like, oh, she's an Inquisitor. And then at the end, she turned into like she gets turned to the light side again.
Yeah. Oh no, huh?
Like, she's the main character here, not fucking Barris. And that's another big problem. Why? Just why?
I don't know, man. Nobody knows.
Well, we didn't need. Yeah, we just did. We didn't need an explanation of that one Inquisitor from Kenobi becoming a good guy again. Like we didn't need that. I don't think we did.
Nope.
Anyways, let's move on to the plot of the show. Well, let's talk about the plot of both arcs. So, to be honest, I feel like there is no plot in the Morgan Elsbeth one. It's just sort of like jumping on. It's just jumping on to like different parts of her life. And again, it's so uninteresting. And it's also weirdly fucking paced. Like, first we see her. We first see her in her origin, and we see her already becoming the leader and getting to the end. And then we see her like pretty much having nothing episode.
She's more aggressive. Yeah, she's just more aggressive, and she challenges the New Order. The New Republic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically a nothing episode includes absolutely nothing. But yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so comparing this to the Jedi, which I think is better structured and better paced. That's sort of the same thing, but it tells a more interesting story. Like at first, let's compare with Ahsoka, because I feel like Barriss' story is more comparable to Count Dooku's, and Morgan's is more comparable to Ahsoka's, because Ahsoka, we see her at 3 points of her life. In Ahsoka, we see her before she's taken by the Jedi Order, during the Jedi Order, and then when she is, already, like a fully fledged Jedi, somewhat, and she kills an Inquisitor. So, what I say is that Ahsoka's storyline tells a coherent, like it has a theme of getting better as you go on. You see Ahsoka starting off as like an almost like not learning what the Force is or not knowing anything, and then we see her during the Clone Wars era, which she trains, and then at the end we see her fully take down an Inquisitor. Progression. In Morgan Elsbeth's storyline, we see her starts off in the same. We see her people killed by Grievous and the Separatists. Then we see her trying to talk to the Empire and failing miserably, while she's already at a powerful stance. And then at the end, we see her kill people in a powerful stance. Like, it would have been a lot better if Morgan Elsbeth's plot was structured like we see her in the Night Sister slaughter. Then we see her land on the planet and the second episode is becoming the leader of that planet, of that town. And then the third episode is when we see the Empire get involved. So it's a story more power. I can't say Ahsoka, but Ahsoka's more like progression. While this one, it's the story of how somebody gains power in the government and shit. Like, you see her started something more powerful. That is a better storyline than what we got.
Yeah, I see your point.
And to be honest, Barriss' story, it had a lot of missed opportunities, but it is well structured. It has that 3-act structure I think they're trying to go for here, where he starts off in a certain like at the bottom or some shit, like just becoming something new. She then she gets in a disagreement. And then at the end we see her fully embracing her new point of view. What happened to Count Dooku in Tales of the Jedi? Yeah, it's like, but Morgan Elsbeth's plot is so weirdly paced, and I feel like Barriss is also kind of weirdly paced, because when we see her, like, she's training to Inquisitor, those first 2 episodes they have a fine pace. But the third, it's like, oh, she's all like a fully well trusted Force user. I think it would have been nice if, again, these were just longer. The first episode was those two episodes combined. The second episode was her gaining the trust of people and maybe saving more Jedi, and maybe finally. And then the last episode is the last episode that we already see.
Yeah,
that's just me. And
yeah,
I put your wasted potential, but we talked about that. So yeah, it's so weird to just see this this series had so much potential, you know? Tales of the Empire, come on, the Empire is such a rich a rich a rich mine of stories. You know.
Elaborate on that one. Elaborate on that one because your point sounds interesting per se.
The Empire. I think I would have taken. I don't know about you because you know more about this character than I do. But I would have taken. An arc that semi-adapts Thrawn's origins. We don't really know enough. We don't really know anything about Thrawn's origins. Like we know where he came from, but I feel like taking that like origin and officially making it to this, like we see Ahsoka adapt a part of the Ahsoka novel. Like that.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna stop you there. Like regarding Thrawn and all his backstory and all that's been already justifiably explained in his own series of novels. Yes, Thrawn has his own novels and everything.
I know.
Backstory, how he got into the Empire and everything, all that has been already explained.
Yeah. I know. But thing is, those novels are legends.
Explaining how he got the chimeras, not legends. I don't know, man.
I know, but like I don't think the novels, like what is everything in the novels, except for what is said to be canon within canon, is legend. Like all of everything that the novels put up is legends. So it's like seeing it,
not everything. Not everything.
I know that. Like okay. Whatever happened, like whatever they decided to make canon is canon. But anything like that, the most of the novel as a whole is legends. It's just that they had to pick things from the novel to make it into canon, to adapt into canon. Not the novels themselves aren't canon. Just events from them also happen in the canon timeline. Okay, so just I think explain it. The novels, like everything that happens in the novels, is legends, but some events also happened in canon, in the canon timeline. It's just that all that shit is legends. But what I was gonna say is that the Ahsoka arc adapted a scene from the Ahsoka novel, which it isn't legends, but it's pretty much been completely retconned. So them adapt some things from the Thrawn novels to make it into canon would have been cool to see. That's all I'm saying. Like, sure, it would have been read but again, it's adapting. You can change it for the canon. You don't have to like 100% adapt to Legends, because then you're just taking for Legends, and Legends is a fucking mess.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I'm saying. I feel like I would have taken off Thrawn, and you could throw in Morgan Elsbeth in there. You know, why not? We could have had a Morgan Elsbeth episode in the Thrawn arc, but we didn't. We got Morgan Elsbeth. We got Thrawn in the Morgan Elsbeth episode, and I feel like that could have been followed up on. That could have been interesting to do, but we did that. So, what's the future for this little Tales sub-series that Star Wars is doing? I get we didn't get Jedi season 2. We didn't get a Jedi season 2. I don't think we'll get Empire season 2. Sadly. Thing is, Tales has so much. Tales can adapt so much, and they just decide to fuck it. 6 episodes each that are less than 20 minutes, and you can watch in a single hour. It's so disappointing. It's so disappointing to me. I feel like
it's disappointing.
I feel like we can get so much out of the Tales sub-series. Like Star Wars Tales of the whatever the fuck they're gonna do next. Like Tales of the Bounty Hunters, Tales of the Mandalorians, whatever. Like whatever. But we don't know. We don't know what's next. You know, like we don't know what's next, and we have to expect the fact that there's gonna be 6 episodes that are less than 20 minutes, and they're not gonna, and they might be able to tell a storyline in there, but also they might not be able to. Who knows?
Who knows?
Let's
just wait and see.
Sincerely hope that Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire get second seasons. I hope so.
Honestly, yeah, I kind of hope so too. They kind of left that with a bunch of
But I highly doubt it, because we didn't get Tales of the Jedi season 2 when that was confirmed. We're probably not gonna get Tales of the Empire season 2.
Yeah, who knows? Yeah. Life has a bunch of mystery.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I have nothing to say. Do you want to add anything more?
Nope.
No?
I don't have anything else to add.
Okay.
No.
So let's just go straight into the ratings. I rank Tales of the Empire. Here. It's mediocre. Bad. It's not bad. It's bad. I feel like it just had. It was just mediocre. Where do you rank it, Dragon?
Like a C tier.
Yeah,
like a C tier on there.
It's so sad to see the series because I was like, oh my god. When I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, Tales of the Empire is gonna be fucking amazing. But it wasn't.
This.
Yeah, sort of a somber note to end it on. You're like, oh yeah, we praised Bad Batch. I know this fucking sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Tales of the Empire, like, yeah, they did. Yeah, I know, this fucking sucks. This is so disappointing. It's like, and we have Bad Batch, so it's such a contrasting little thing. But yeah, just to sort of move on. Do you have anything to close it off? Do you have anything to plug? Anything you wanna make known?
Say? Nope.
Like a YouTube channel or some shit. No? Okay. Well,
oh, no, I don't have anything.
You don't have anything to promote. Right. Okay. So you can follow all the podcast shit. It's on our channel page. So yeah, go ahead and follow that if you want. It's on our channel page on Entertainment. For me, Mercury, it's at MercurySC on YouTube. Wattpad3 fanfiction.net. Mercury at MercurySC on Twitter, and Mercury CG's on Twitch. So yeah, Dragon, say your goodbyes.
Bye.
Yeah, well, that's about it. See ya.